Hello, speakers and consultants. Just dropping in with a quick thought. I'm on a lunch break. We're in the middle of Transform My Business 2-day workshop, and Transform My Business is about, it helps speakers and consultants with systems, strategies, and tools to help them really grow their businesses. And one of the things we talk about is having a strategic action plan in place. We spend a lot of time developing that throughout the course. And I thought about the importance of, well, let me back up. We also talk about the sales cycle. So there's this whole front end of the sales cycle where we are in client attraction, where we do things like blogging and podcasting and email marketing and speaking. There's a lot of front end client attraction activities. And then on the back end of that sales cycle, if you think about it like a staircase or a value ladder, we'll have different products and services that we want to ultimately bring the client in, and they can engage with us with different products and services that are at a different value, a dollar value, also a different transformational level that they'll receive from it. And so we've been talking about a lot of things that will help grow the business. And one thing that occurred to me was the importance of having a book. And I thought I would just drop out here and share with you some of the thoughts that have surfaced around this in the last day. I think what I've seen in over 20 years of working with speakers and consultants, and literally hundreds of speakers and consultants, that many want to have a book. They'll start a book. I know myself, I started a couple times and then would ditch it because it just felt like it was just too much. Or we feel like we have to spend thousands and thousands. Like it's easy to spend over $10,000 creating a book. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's one way to do it. You could work with a publisher. There's so many different ways to do it. I wanted to share with you what I did that has been really effective and was super low cost and also really easy. So the importance of having a book is that people will see you as more of an expert or more of an influencer. And so what I have found is, even just with my little book, it's about 50 or 60 pages long. And, there's not, you can tell it's not like a textbook. There's just not that much to it. But this is geared toward a very specific audience. This is for the dental professional who thinks they might want to start speaking. And so it really helps them know what the next steps are. So you think you want to speak in dentistry. And basically, this book is my 3-hour course that I give on the speaking circuit, just distilled down into a presentation. So I was on my way to speak at Chicago Midwinter a couple of years ago. And as I was on the plane, reviewing my notes and thinking about my course that was coming up in a couple of days, as I looked at my notes in Microsoft Word, I thought, wow, I think maybe I could make a book out of this. And so I made a commitment to myself that by the time I left Chicago, that I would have my outline basically done. So here was my process. And I hope this will help you, because many of you already have presentations that you could go back and distill it down into something like this, something that's not the answer to all question ever for all things speakers and consultants, for sure. But it's guided toward a very specific target market. And answers those questions. So think about, what do you have? I'll take my bookmark out. What do you have that you could create like this? So I made myself a commitment that every day while I was still in Chicago, I would work for a couple hours on it. And I did. And when I got back, I had just a couple more hours of, really, it was things more like connecting with the graphic designer. I have less than $100 into the design of the cover. I spent about $500 to work with someone who used to work with Kindle Direct Publishing. You can find somebody who can help you through Upwork or any of those online connects you with a contractor type of application. I love Upwork. I use them a lot. So I found someone who used to work with Kindle. And so she just did the whole thing. I had a conversation with her, and she put my manuscript into the right format. She set it all up on Amazon. And then the only thing I had to do was go in and put in my bank account information. And she showed me where to go do that. That was all confidential. And then the next thing you know, I had a proof in the mail. Not for resale. So I've got this still. I think it's kind of fun to save. So I've received my proof, I approved it. And then from now on, I can purchase my books at $2.30 each. And they sell for gosh, what do they sell for? $20 probably on Amazon. I don't know, because honestly, I don't care if I ever sell one. I will give these away till the cows come home. When I travel, if I go to, the dental festival, or I go to somewhere else that speakers and consultants or dental professionals are going to be, I will bring books with me to hand out, typically have my card in them, and maybe even a flyer for some of my workshops, like Transform My Business workshop. It's a way to, as you're talking to people and they express interest and that they might want to, have another conversation later, it's nice to be able to hand off a book to them if they would like it. The way that I use my books the most is that in every lead, like say a referral that's sent to me, every time I hit reply, and I have a kind of a standard, well, it's not kind of, it is a standard template that I hit reply on, and then I tweak it based on the situation, based on what was said in the email. It always includes a link to my book. So my book is available online I have a domain name that points to it. Now, I'm not going to tell you what that is. I would like you to email me. I'm going to model for you. I'd like for you to email info@thedentalspeaker.com and put in the subject line ebook, and I'd be happy to send you a copy of my ebook. And in that, you're going to get the domain name. Now, see, I wouldn't just give you the domain name because I want to harvest email addresses. Can you tell I'm kind of like thick in this? This is what we've been talking about all morning. It's like, how do we capture those leads and how do we process them? But I don't want to get off in the weeds. The idea is, once you create this, which really was just my 3-hour speech broken down into a book format, which you can all do. Once I have this, now I have a PDF that every time a lead is sent to me, I already have their email address because it was email. So then I could just shoot back to them. My standard would love to learn more about your business, about your goals, shine a light on the path, help you develop a plan, whatever the wording is around that. Here's a link for my calendar. Here's a little bit more about us. I've looked so much forward to meeting you. So I've got a template that I just tweak. It makes it very easy to reply. And the last thing in there is, I'd be happy to share a copy of my ebook with you. And then there's a link to the domain. What I find is that most of the time when I do hop on the phone with those people later, they will say, I've read your book and you're exactly the person I need to speak with. That's what you want, right? That's what we want, is we want for them to know that you're going to be able to help them. So even before you hop on the phone with them, especially in a situation where they were referred to you, now they know, hey, she knows what she's doing, it looks like. And I've sent them to my websites, and they'll go do some research, and they'll know that, hey, she's going to be able to help me grow my speaking and consulting business. That's what I want for you each. And that's why I wanted to drop this thought out there for you to consider, and would be happy to brainstorm this more with you. If this appeals to you and you have some questions, please do reach out. info@thedentalspeaker.com is my email address, and be happy to schedule time with you. And when you shoot me your email, I'll write back to you with my standard reply email so that you can see what that looks like. And hopefully this is helpful to you to be able to capture some of those systems. There's a really fast way to do that in Outlook and Gmail I could share with you as well. So I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. We're just in the thick of learning. We've got a great group of speakers and consultants that are super engaged and learning, and lots of sparks are flying, light bulbs going off, and we're really having a great time. If you have not attended Transform My Business, please consider it. ultimatebusinessintensive.com. Visit ultimatebusinessintensive.com. That domain will take you right to the landing page. Our next and final session for Transform My Business will be the week of Thanksgiving, Monday, Tuesday of that week, sometime in November. I don't remember the days. I think it's 21, 22 or something like that. But the Monday, Tuesday of the week of Thanksgiving will be the only other time we offer it this year. So if you're interested, please go find out more at ultimatebusinessintensive.com. We are offering an early bird special for a limited time, and because I'm doing this on the fly, I don't remember what day. I'd have to go look that up, but I think it's $150 off, or 25% or something like that. So shoot me an email if you have any questions. Again, thanks you guys for hanging with me. I hope everybody's doing really well. Look forward to seeing so many of you at Jumpstart. If you're not planning to be at Jumpstart, consider it. It's going to be amazing. Until next time, be well. We'll talk to you soon.